Hi, my name is Thais Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and I put daily breakthrough videos out on this channel every single day. So if you don't want to miss any, please subscribe and hit the notification bell below. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do when you feel that feeling of suspicion come online. And when you are struggling to know if you can trust somebody in a romantic relationship, in a friendship, in a family relationship. And we're going to talk in the context of a romantic relationship. And we're also going to talk in the context of fearful avoidant attachment style. However, I just want to note that though fearful avoidants tend to struggle the most with trust in their romantic relationships, we will notice in all different attachment style types that, for example, the dismissive avoidant will struggle with trusting somebody to, make them feel safe in a relationship and not steal their independence. And we'll see anxious preoccupied struggle to trust somebody not to leave them. Fearful avoidants tend to have more pervasive trust challenges around lying, honesty in general, fidelity or loyalty, and then abandonment, and then, stealing their independence. So they tend to have this more pervasive range of challenges with trust. So though I'll speak to fearful avoidance in this video, it really can apply to anybody. So I'm going to take you through a few steps, and it can be really challenging in the moment of going through these trust issues and feeling kind of that panic and stress of like suspicion and sort of that hurt and like stinging feeling of perceived betrayal. And I'm just going to give you a few steps that you can use to actually come out of that space and to do something more constructive to help you achieve a healthier outcome. And also to help you feel like, okay, I can either rebuild trust in relationship or set a boundary if needed. So we're going to go through these 5 steps. If you want to do a much deeper dive into this topic as well, you can take a look at our Overcoming Broken Trust. And it's actually called Overcoming Jealousy and Repairing Broken Trust course. And there's a whole module about self-trust, what to do in relationships. There's stuff about how to somatically process some of these really intense feelings. You can check it all out for free for 14 days by clicking the link in the description box below, where we have a 14-day free trial to the whole entire personal development school, all 50 plus courses, all of our weekly social events, webinars, everything that is just for the month of May because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And we just wanted to extend extra support and resources to you guys during this month as a whole. So anyways, when you are struggling to trust, it can feel really, really challenging. The first thing that's really important to recognize is how to actually discern that these alarm bells are going on. For fearful avoidance specifically, because this wound cuts so deep and can be such a painful experience, sometimes what happens is the fearful avoidant, when they struggle to trust, they go right into their coping mechanisms or behaviors. And they go right into like pushing people away, shutting down, becoming spiteful, testing, all these different coping mechanisms that take place. And those are usually ways that the fearful avoidant was forced to learn to cope because of some of the dramatic environment they might have grown up in, or perhaps a dramatic environment of a recent romantic relationship that they were in for a prolonged period of time. And so you basically see this individual, if you are the fearful avoidant listening, you feel overwhelmed by this like hurt and the betrayal and that angst. And it's like, I have to figure out how to make myself feel better. And that entire process is automatic. It's essentially subconscious. There's no conscious awareness brought into it. So the first step, what we want to do is like try to bring our conscious awareness into it. And we do that by like grounding ourselves in our body. And what that looks like is trying to notice the sensations and labeling the emotion. So if you can first recognize like, oh my gosh, I feel all this discomfort. It feels like an aching in my chest and stomach. It feels like a hollowness throughout my torso. And it feels like a little bit of knots in my stomach and tingling in my arms and hands. You might realize like, hey, this is like that heightened awareness feeling where I'm starting to be suspicious. I'm like feeling the early feelings of betrayal and a little bit of the anxiety that comes with it. So maybe you're feeling hurt, angry, and afraid. And usually these are some of the major emotions associated with the perceived betrayal. Then the next thing you want to do here, okay, is you want to ask yourself, am I making this mean anything about me? Okay. And what you want to make sure you're doing is that you're not giving meaning to you and your life because of somebody else's actions, because it's not fair if you make it mean like, oh, I'm not worthy of love and that's why people betray me or things like that. Then it's just this injustice, right? Like you're making somebody else's actions define your character, your ability to be worthy of love. Like that's not right. And if you're already carrying wounds from trust that you didn't ask for growing up, you didn't raise your hand and volunteer for, then like it's a double injustice. So you want to just make sure first, am I making this mean anything about me? Am I making it mean that like I'm not good enough and that's why somebody's betraying me, or I'm not worthy, or, you know, whatever else it might be in there for you. And then you want to try to equilibrate this story. You want to try to look for proof that you are worthy of loyalty, you are worthy of care, you are worthy of consideration, and try to put a few pieces of proof. Like, I'm a good partner, I'm a good person, I'm deserving of love and respect. You want to like bring this up, because what happens is emotion imprints the subconscious mind. So whenever you invest in the story that I'm not worthy, I'm being betrayed, I can't trust anybody, and I'm not worthy of you know, having a loving relationship or anything like that, what happens is you emote according to those passing thoughts. And so then you like get more and more imprinted over time with these programs and these ideas. So like really, if somebody's doing something suspicious, it can actually erode your self-esteem by jumping on that thought train that's like, I can't trust, I'm not worthy of a loving, loyal relationship. And as you go down that thought train, it's like destructive to the subconscious mind. So you want to look for proof for otherwise. And then what you want to ask yourself, and this is the most important step here, is what can I do to gain transparency or certainty in order to trust the situation again. And this is a really empowering step. It propels us into productive action, because what you can do here is you can look for, do I need to ask for clarity? If I'm feeling suspicious about something, can I go to somebody and say to somebody I'm in a partnership with or a relationship with of any form, hey, I feel like something's up, let's talk about it. Like, I could use some transparency in the situation. I need to know what's going on. Or you could ask for certainty. Hey, you know, I need some clarity about what's taking place. Some things aren't adding up. Let's have a discussion about it. And if you're not getting the appropriate answers you're looking for, like let's say somebody's doing something really suspicious and then they just deflect and avoid and defend, then you can always set a boundary if needed, right? You can say, okay, I don't want to invest my time with somebody who's not willing to have an open conversation if there's a problem. Or I don't want to continue going above and beyond for a relationship where I don't feel like the trust is there and the person's not really willing to work on it with me. Or you ask for the transparency and certainty. Somebody explains what's going on, helps you put the pieces together, and then you feel resolved. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking to take these steps, this feedback that our emotions, which are our feedback mechanisms, are giving to us, and we're looking to propel it into like not making it mean something about me. For it, in general, in order, it's like getting back in my body, getting off that thought train that takes me for a ride and puts me right into my automatic coping mechanisms, getting grounded instead by noticing the sensations and labeling the emotion, then asking if I'm making this experience mean something about me, like I'm unworthy of loyalty, and making sure I correct that, making sure I'm not allowing somebody else's actions to give meaning to me in this situation. And then asking myself, okay, what do I need to feel relief right now? What do I need to gain that transparency, gain that certainty? Because these are the things that create that trust and rebuild it, especially in those moment-to-moment situations. Then you can have a conversation, have a communication. And if you're still not getting what you need, you can always set a boundary and take a step back if needed. But the vast majority of the time, if you are in a relationship worth investing in and you ask for clarity in a kind and respectful way, when you're feeling afraid or confused, then you're going to get somebody who says, oh, no, it wasn't that I didn't care about you, or it wasn't that X, Y, Z, it was that I was feeling overwhelmed with work, and so I shut down a little bit. It wasn't about you and me not caring. They'll give you that context for things that you're seeking. So don't be afraid to ask. It's a really important way of communicating, and it will help allow for that trust to build in relationships going forward. So I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.